Hello, my name is Michael Jagdao, and I want to welcome you to the Syndicate AI Deep Dive. I make fun of looking like a potato, but today I feel like I look like a turtle. I feel like I look like that Franklin turtle from the cartoon. I feel like I look like a Simpsons character. I shouldn't have shaved. So, you're used to hearing me speak like this, using the broadcaster voice. We're not going to do that today. Today, you're just going to see us as we are. Welcome to the show. We apologize for dropping all false pretenses. Of course, we'll be joined today by GPSC, who's cooking some amazing things. If you've heard of Chill Guy, you'll know that meme tokens are making more in 24 hours than any company has ever made in human history. And you can thank inflation. You can thank a lack of opportunities for Gen Z, getting onto Phantom Wallet, no KYC, and saying, you know what, interest rates are too high, and it costs me too much money to buy a house in dollars. Maybe I will buy it in Chill Dude in the future. We are here because we're about to witness the greatest wealth transfer of all time. And this transfer will not be televised. It will be streamed on DeOrganized Media with Peace Love over Bitcoin Live DB. Hey, Peace. Thanks for having me on.
Hey, Michael. How are you today, man?
How's it going?
Thank you for doing this, actually. I think that what you're working on is very interesting. It's very important for our ecosystem. I think the subjects you've been working with as far as building out some of these tools, who will be joining us today, are also great choices for that process. Good dudes, intelligent enough to get it, but unexposed enough to be a good experiment, a good display of how this will go. So yeah, I'm excited about what you're working on here, man. Thank you for letting us do this with DeOrganized.
It's an honor. I'm looking forward to today's show because we get to take off the veil. You know? Usually, I kind of felt this need to, over broadcast voice, but I was talking to Paul and he was like, hey, what the fuck happened to you? I'm like, oh, yeah, that's right. This is so you're saying I should debroadcast voice my voice? And he was like, yeah, go back to regular mic. I'm like, all right. You know there's collateral damage with that, right? And he says, that's fine. So, yeah, today we'll have an interesting show. I got a lot of things lined up to share with folks for beginners, intermediate, advanced. We have Stu coming on the show, who's a game developer now, GPSC, like I said. Aiden, the 18-year-old phenom, Rocky mentee, he's just launched a new company in the past week, essentially, to do with gaming. And I think it's going to be interesting for the ordinal folks. So a lot of stuff coming on today.
Aiden's launched gaming. Is it GameFi?
It's all GameFi now because everything's financialized. Right?
So, we're actually launching a show next week with Zenitron that's supposed to be GameFi oriented. So we're going to have to talk to Aiden.
Yes. When you have Aiden and Zenitron in the same room together, sparks are going to fly.
Hell yeah. Well, yeah. Maybe we can make that happen for a week from this Thursday.
Amazing. Done.
Yeah. do me a favor after the episode. DM. I know I'm following him, but I don't know if I can find his handle on X
Not a problem.
easily. Let me know how to get in touch with Aiden.
Amazing. Yeah,
Awesome.
so we can bring up Stu and Dan and GPSC, and then just to say hi to them, and then we'll start showing them some of the cool stuff, and I'll start throwing to them. But as I throw to them, I'll be sharing my screen to kind of, make them a little more interesting, because they're kind of just like pasty white dudes, right, at this point. So it's like you gotta,
We're
make it a little more interesting.
We're all pasty white dudes here.
Except for Stu. Stu's darker than me right now. Stu, you need to put the light in front of your face.
Yeah,
This guy's been
I think for some reason my camera's frozen. I don't know what's going on here. So good morning, guys. It's, yeah, I don't know what's going on here. Let me see if I can try and fix this. Yeah, it's.
I love it. I hope we do the rest of the show like this, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it looks like that. To be honest with you,
I love it.
Yeah.
Conversation will be good anyway.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is amazing.
Anyway, good morning, guys.
GPSC, what's
How
going
you
on,
all doing?
Dan?
Good morning.
By the way, while we weren't all on camera, I nearly spit on my screen when you referred to yourself as Franklin.
Is it?
It was hilarious. and I think Trip agreed. He says Franklin was the worst, but yeah, we all agree. The whiniest kids show ever.
That's it. I'm not showing SDX Vision. Screw you, Trip. Shame you in front of me. Amazing. So let's begin. I'm going to start sharing my screen. And I'll let my screen tell you what we're talking about next. How about that? Switch it up for this week. None of you are prepared for this, which is amazing for me, by the way.
I'm always prepared for everything because I'm never prepared for anything. So it's kind of like, but I knew immediately what you were showing me without seeing the tickers.
So,
very familiar with that chart.
Explain yourself. Peace. It's supposed to be peace be with you, and now you're doing this. Explain yourself, peace. What is the meaning of this?
What is the meaning of, well, so see in the top, there's a description right up at the top, like that direction over there. It says bot trap. And that description says, this is a bot trap. Do not buy. You will be notified when this is a CTO. So actually last Monday, a week ago yesterday, and you were there and GPSC was there. Dan might have actually dropped in on that. I don't remember now if he was there or not. But this was basically an experiment. GPSC and then Landy started talking about how you can trap bots on Pump.Fun by launching the token and then dumping on the bots. So we were trying to do that on SDX.city. And so number one, Stacks just has fast blocks, and actually contract deploys were not originally as fast as the fast blocks were supposed to be. So I was ill prepared for how fast the contracts were going to deploy. So it happened very rapidly, and the goal was, we bought with 50 stacks as the dev supply, pre-launch purchase, and launched the token. It came out really fast. The bots had already bought a lot. We started trying to process transactions to sell. I believe Michael actually bought along with the bots, by the way, so he got in a little bit at a good price. And I couldn't get my transactions to go through. I couldn't figure out why. And then, on top of I processed 5 transactions trying to sell my whole supply on the bots. And I don't know if that shook them out or just the timing of no one else actually buying, because we literally put do not buy on there. The bots sold and it bottomed. It actually went down to below the launch price for a little bit. And then people started buying. I determined the next day. So shortly after we did this live again during the whatever Monday space, and in the middle of this project actually was when when we found out that meme goat bugged. So we kind of lost track of it a little bit. We stopped playing around with it. And the next day I noticed that the amount of the supply I'd purchased when it was supposed to be about 3% for 50 stacks ended up being like 47%. So I hold 47% of the circulating supply of this token due to a glitch in STX City, which I've made them aware of, and they've actually subsequently, I actually was able to reproduce the process. So they've patched the bug. There was a bug. So now we have this token that we're really not sure what we're going to do with. I have a huge amount of the supply that can't remain that way. So I'm going to have to either distribute it out to people or burn it or do something with it. And then we'll do something with, the token. It's really, I'm leaving it open to the community to decide what we're going to do. So if anyone has any input, it has been suggested that we create an AI token, actually. We don't have an AI token in Stacks right now, but here we are with AI developers. There are some other AI projects in the space as well, AIBTC.dev. But you're building a lot of stuff here. And with that, we're just trying to figure out what we can do. Sorry, Stu, I didn't realize you had dropped off. I'm glad you're back. So that's it. I guess that's the story. Is there anything else? You were there. GPSC was there.
Mm-hmm. Amazing. So we're going to come back to that. Thanks for explaining that. This is all part of the bull run, where, as Vibe said, utility doesn't really matter. As Bitcoin does what it does in terms of price action, there is going to be panic, and there's going to be frenzy, and there's going to be people selling and people buying at higher and higher rates. More people are going to be onboarded, and those people that are being onboarded right now are exit liquidity. Hey, so if you're listening right now and you don't have any Bitcoin, Solana, or Ethereum, you are exit liquidity. Welcome to the madness.
Who's exiting right now, though? I don't think they're exit liquidity yet.
They will be. There will be blood. Right?
Oh, of course there will be, but is now the time? I don't think so.
You don't think so? We'll come back.
You think this is the peak?
Well, the thing is, the frenzy will cause people to do very strange things with their money in the fear of missing out, right? And there's an idea called odd lot theory, where if you want to make money as a trader, just trade against all of the people buying irregular amounts of stock, because they always lose. So it's my perspective is always going to be a dark one, but look, I hope they make it. You're looking at solutions in HTML, CSS, JavaScript. Have you ever wanted to be part of this AI craze and never know where to start? CodePen.io. That's right, CodePen.io. You can take solutions generated by AI using ChatGPT, and you can change it to say kind of whatever you want. Welcome. You're a developer now. Isn't that amazing? There's a lot you can do with HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. If you've ever wanted to look at what Metatron's cube looks like as it's spinning in front of you, if you ever wanted to have an iPad on your computer.
Metatron's cube is just a dodecahedron, isn't it?
It is all of the platonic solids superimposed.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's all of them within a...
Yes.
Got it.
So what I want to do here, I'm glad you're interested in that. I want to see what it was like in the center of it. That's what I wanted when I started playing with AI.
You just program the parameters, Or you asked AI to give you the code that would show this to you.
I went into ChatGPT and said, please write me the HTML, CSS, and JavaScript to superimpose all of the platonic solids on top of each other, thereby creating Metatron's cube. So for example, let's try this right now. See if we can embarrass ourselves. Write me the HTML, CSS, and JavaScript to create a visualization of all of the platonic solids superimposed on top of each other, thereby, I'm going to spell it wrong, thereby creating Metatron's cube. Because it's not reading, it's doing statistics, right? Come on, everybody. Like I said, this week's going to be a different week where I don't use the broadcaster voice and just talk like we're on Twitter Spaces. Alright, so what is it doing?
I prefer that, to be honest.
You prefer this? Yeah, I think I do too. It's a lot less pressure.
Authenticity, man.
I think that's what it is, right?
It definitely is.
So here we go.
Works for me.
You like it?
Even when I get all Porky Pig and start yep.
All right. So the HTML is still loading.
Is Stu frozen again?
Yeah, I don't know what's happening on the camera this morning. I tried resetting there. It's not playing.
You know what? I'd rather you stay with us. And...
Yeah, it's not playing ball. It's, I had a setting earlier on. Pressed one of the settings and it said FaceTime HD camera built in.
Here, Stu.
Yeah, sorry, man. Just you keep on copying and pasting, you'll be fine.
Look, I'm a copy and pasting wizard. Like, don't tell anyone, eh? Hey, don't tell anyone this is how I make stuff, eh?
Is copy paste wizard the ticker?
Copy paste Olympics. All right, so this is JavaScript. Let's see what happens. Come on, everybody. How come you're not looking? Okay, so we have the HTML. I'm glad this isn't working actually, because this is like the true. Isn't this exactly how AI works, Stu? You're like, oh look, here's this how to. Hey.
It's exactly that, man. It's exactly that.
You're not doing the thing that you were supposed to. How come you're not doing what you're supposed to?
And I think actually Trip and Monkey said this here. He covered it, very well the other night. Like, you can get into this, roundabout of asking questions, and it'll just keep on spinning you round and round until you have to come back out again,
So you'll notice that, see this little console guy in the corner? That gives me errors. The console is the developer's best friend. And so when you have errors, you just copy and paste wizard. The error uncaught reference 3 is not defined. Not that I know what the fuck that means. Indicates that the 3JS library has not been loaded correctly. This issue may arise if the blah blah blah.
Sounds like it's a CodePren problem.
Yeah, it could be. So I don't know. Let's put that there and see what happens.
Amazing.
You like it, Dan? You like the struggle bus?
I struggle with it, yet at the same time, I feel like it's me and Bill Gates and a couple engineers standing behind the glass, watching you work, just trying to figure out how this happened, you weren't supposed to go this way, yet, you were supposed to play the steel pan at the Super Bowl or something, you know what I mean? But instead, you do this.
Look, I have the steel pan right beside me. So notice that it's providing me with errors, right? And
yes.
It's also kind of suggesting, I think it's writing a more simpler example. So, okay, so let's see what it tries to do now. So it's putting the HTML and the CSS and the JavaScript kind of all in one place. Welcome to the struggle bus, struggle bus. Do you want to struggle with us? Get a seat on the struggle bus, struggle bus, struggle bus. All right. So, motherfucker.
You should challenge it though. You should say, but isn't there even like an easier way to do it? You know, with the cooler code? And be like, fine.
Library instead of 3JS because it hasn't worked so far. Make sense? Dem ting naga make it. You know how there's like we're gonna make it or we're not gonna make it? And
Do you add like a little bit of language at the end?
Yeah, naga make it.
Yeah.
Some
I
people
always
say
like
we're gonna make it.
relying on a pressure from my boss. Like, come on, my boss wants to meet me in 2 hours. Help me out here. Add a little pressure to the room.
Is it giving you just the HTML, or did it mix the HTML and Java together?
It's mixing the HTML with the CSS and the JavaScript
Oh yeah.
at the same time.
But that's not how you want it, right? Because you got to drop them in individually.
You don't necessarily have to. Sometimes it just, there you go. Sometimes it just
Your
works.
life. All right, keep going.
Yay! What do you think? Pretty cool, huh? Metatron's fucking cube. All right, so we did it. How'd you feel about that? Watching me struggle. I feel like this is all a fail video.
I want a live heart meter and like EKG kind of stuff going, even if it's not connected to you. I'd like to have some, something.
Amazing. So let's keep going. So Stu, explain yourself.
Hey, how's it going, man? So,
How's it going?
yeah, good. 1 second here. Just on two spaces at the same time, which is always dramatic. So yeah, guys, listen. Sorry, 1 second here. I'm just going to turn this off. 1 second here. Yeah, so we listen. As we said, we set up this here game, with from the help of yourself, Michael. This was from wanting, Jesus, from wanting just to learn coding and to get the brain active, and eventually we came of, well, what can we do? And as I mentioned on the space last night, there is a slight void as such for certain things. First of all, everybody's jumping on memes at the moment, which is great. Happy days, which is a great thing. But yet again, there's artists, all these amazing artists out there who just maybe been slightly set to one side at the moment. Just at the moment. That's the number one. Number two is...
Look how interested Nieta's artwork is interested in what you're saying.
She does look riveting, actually.
Exactly. So then what do you call the next thing is we have a different issue, a different thing as well. Like, I mean, so for example, Gigapepe sends us an art to your wallet. Happy days. How often do you actually look at it? Let's be honest. Like, I mean, do you look at it every day? No. It's not like it's a piece of art on your wall. But all of a sudden now, if we're doing this here, we can get more interactive with it, which I think is and you get a connection with it. You can maybe see other pieces of art in there and go and have fun. Number three option here as well, solution is whenever you're doing, instead of doing posts or, just drop your message in there, well, all of a sudden you can, who can get the best result? The best result, then you can share this onto Twitter then after. So there's three solutions. There's obviously, this is V1. We've added a leaderboard on here now as well. We've added a leaderboard on. What else have we added in here? The sharing, which is cool. We've added in more art on here. Yesterday was from Giga as well. He's added more art on here. And that's the fun part of it, so it's just a bit, we get again, nobody has to do this here. If they don't want to do it, if they do want to do it, brilliant. And it's just about bringing communities together. Now we have, we've released another one now as well. I'm just going to paste it in here. I'm just going to post it in here. I don't know if you can share that, Michael, please. Yeah, Nuzzle. So we've created a second one. So Nuzzle, obviously puzzle with NFTs, Nuzzle, hey, the imagination was running wild. This is a slightly, here, this in here is slightly easier. So if you just go ahead there, Michael, to next level, please. Okay, brilliant. Okay, whenever Michael's finished playing, we will actually maybe continue to the next part. Okay, super. Yet again, a few different artists in here. So let's just click on any one. It doesn't make a difference. Click on this one. Click on Nieta's one. Super. So yet again, there's 3 different levels: easy, medium, hard. These are just pop into place. These are also smartphone ready. So you just pop, so just pops into your phone, just pop it into place. There you go, and you'll see a little circle going there. You should let go of it whenever you want. Okay, let go, and it should pop into place. Okay, Michael, just if you can put it into place, that'd be brilliant. Just to put it into correct place would be awesome, just to show you can actually see how it actually works. Okay, that goes to the top bit. That should be on the top level, mate. In the top, put that in the top right. Okay. Okay, and you will see, as you can see, then it automatically pops into place. Yeah, awesome, amazing. There we go. And so
Michael's so good at this.
Yeah, he's fucking, what do you call this? Like literally, it's like, my God. But I know, as you get the gist here of Michael, what do you call it? Whenever he's potato, Jesus Christ. There's different levels here.
Oh,
yeah, it's just what do you call it?
That looks kind of like one of Reese's Pieces.
Yeah, exactly.
This is cool.
But as you say, it clicks into place. There's what do you call different levels: easy, medium, and hard. It's not about the difficulty of the puzzle. It's about the interaction of the puzzle. It's about the interaction of what do you call people can go in and see the art and have fun with it. And yeah, and maybe see something else with it. You can make, Trip Monkey come up with it. Oh Jesus, this is painful.
He's an artist.
Keep going, Stu. Keep going.
Yeah, but anyway, as I said, yeah, just play the fucking puzzle. Can you just go back to gallery? Obviously, then you can quickly share onto X. Happy days. So you're getting the artist up on, you're getting their algorithms up here. So this is the whole point of this here. Yeah. Go back to gallery. So you can click on any gallery again. Click on whatever. It doesn't make a difference. You can up in the top right hand corner. Click on easy, medium, or hard. The idea of it all is really that you're getting just interaction with the artist, so it's which is pretty much fun, and giving people something else to do with their NFTs instead of just sitting in a wallet, so it's never going to win the competition. If somebody's a bit more apt with maybe some sort of cognitive abilities, then you give a chance of winning some of the prizes. Maybe that will be put up by.
Are you saying it's rigged against coconuts?
No, I'm saying whenever I'm definitely saying whenever.
That's what I heard.
Yeah, no, definitely not. I says whenever you have the cognitive ability of Michael, then you will what do you call it? Definitely no. There's no rigging whatsoever.
So you're just talking about strict merit.
Yeah, it purely strict merit. But yeah, so as I said, this is fun. Yet again, if people want to put on their thing, have their art on here, absolutely, just drop me a line. We can pop up them. And if they don't want it on there, it's also fine. I have randomly chosen a few of the artists that I like on there so far. And,
is that another one of Nieta's pieces as well?
Yeah, this is another one of Nieta's pieces here as well. It's I think she does nice stuff as well.
Yeah, definitely.
And she's an important person in the community. I think she's a wonderful person. So yeah, it's just nice to.
She definitely is. I actually gave her a Talkovation award this morning.
Awesome, man! Awesome. Well deserved for this young lady. So it's so that's that one. Yet again, these are all V1s. Whenever they're if people want to do it, brilliant. If they don't want to do it, brilliant. There's no. I just think it was bringing communities together. Also, with the different within ordinals as well. What it's like in the ordinal community. It's not exactly full of life over there, and if they can get new communities to interact with their art, happy days, brilliant. It works. It's free advertising for them.
Yeah, that actually really is the key piece to this is that it gives people. So when they share it out, and then you're getting branding for the artists and promotion for the artists and promotions for the game, and just more community engagement. I love it. Yeah, I really think it's a cool design, Stu. Keep iterating it.
Yeah, it's listen, definitely it's what do you call it? It is fun. It is fun. It's and that's all it's meant to be. It's been great for me for a learning curve, you know, and yet again, I wouldn't have been here if it wasn't for Michael. You know, from giving that there, you know, guidance. And I think, and this is the important part of it all, that everybody should go ahead and Jesus Christ Almighty, that everybody should just, you know, go and learn something, you know, within AI, because AI is Jesus Christ, it doesn't really, Michael. So yeah, fun that it is. For next week as well, we have another game ready to come out as well. Like, and then after that, and then not to forget as well, what do you call it? Sorry, there's loads of messages flying in here, left, right, and center. There's a new game coming in. Then these are all V1s, and then we just continue every week, then adding on new sections to it. Like, you know, so it's
very solid. I love the new concept to the new game mode where you can just kind of slide the pieces into the
exactly. And these are all what do you call it, mobile friendly as well. Like, you know, so if people want to play it, brilliant. If they don't, Triple Monkey brought up a great idea. Maybe we can connect the wallets and, you know, use the art within your wallet to it. I don't know. Listen, that's maybe a bit beyond my technical abilities, but hey, who knows? Like, I mean, 3 weeks ago, this is beyond my technical ability as well. So with the grace of Michael and his time and AI, it actually done something pretty dope. Like, you know, so.
Yeah, it's cool. It's very cool. You know, it's interactive. And I do agree with your point where, like, you know, what are you going to do with your NFTs after you mint them and now they're in your wallet? You know, how often are you going to go interact with them other than, you know, transferring or trying to sell them? You know, so it's definitely a new layer of, you know, you can get immersed a little bit more with the games that you're creating, and seeing that you created it with AI, you know, it's awesome. It's inspiring. So it's very cool to see what you're working on.
So yeah, as I said, you know, my goal always in everything is unity. I like to bring people together. I think whenever people are united, we can always, you know, do things much better, faster, more efficiently. You know, as I said, like, I mean, you know, with Michael's experience and his quest for just to learn things and being able to, I wouldn't necessarily, you know, say Michael's, you know, it's just what do you call it, he's a teacher, because I think that most people those who can can't teach. I wouldn't say he's the best teacher, but he's a great person to point in the right direction. And I think that's a better statement for him as well. Like, you know, so it's so yeah, it's fun. And if you wanted, I could show briefly, or we keep it to next week, the briefly, or do you want to see? What do you think, Michael? There we go.
Oh, is this the one with the tacos?
Yeah. He's actually firing tacos, man.
Hero gamer with the taco gun.
Yeah, absolutely. It's you know, it's level 2. Yet again, this is purely for
arrow. Get out of here.
Purely for fun, guys. Firing out the you know, firing out the tacos. I've chose also there, what do you call that, the chat with Jack. I put his, there's 4 different spaceships at the moment. This in here is just revealing art. Yet again, this is all V1. It's just purely for fun. You can reveal the art, and then maybe there's a way we can, what do you call it, put in Tenmitsu's thing in here, his art, you know, so maybe once you get that revealed, maybe I can, you know, maybe you can be into a whitelist as well, you know, so it's here's Nietta's stuff. If you can reveal this in here, if you go on to level 6, Michael, please. And prepare for the final boss. Good luck with this one.
There's a gated access use too, where like people with they have to have a certain NFT or hold a certain token to be able to play a specific game.
Potentially, yeah. You know, so good luck getting past this in here. Once you do get past them, this in here, then it splits up into smaller pieces. It's the same with obviously if you're playing the. I think the Space Invaders or Stacks Invaders one's really dope because I used the NFTs from. So yes, hey, you know, if you're not in God mode, good luck with getting past this here. It's not easy. And if I find this too easy, I'm going to ramp it up even harder. So good luck.
Well, you're in God mode now, right? So you'd be dying as soon as these bullets hit you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or you have a little bit of life.
Yeah, if you go back to what do you call it?
I'm not using God mode. This is just pure skill.
It's God mode. Devil
You're
left
terrible at putting puzzles together, but you're an ace at Space Invaders.
Yeah, if you go back to
It's a weird
go back
kind
to,
of autism. Yeah.
Michael, if you go back to the what do you call it, to the main page, please. Go back again. To no, you obviously jumped in there too soon. Yeah, wherever it is. Yeah, just put in play game. Just put into your name. Here we go again. I'm a fucking potato. Okay, there we go. Play game, and as I said, it's quite fun as well. Put in there one for Jack, as well. So you can click on this in here. Click on that one.
Yeah, cool.
Oh, you got an invader ship.
Yeah, so it's all the different aliens from Jack and Ian's collection there. You know, so it's
It's invader. It's a ship. It's ships fighting the invaders.
yeah.
Look at that.
Nice.
Yeah, it's sick.
And if you go on then to hit on to level 6, change the you have the big boss, and you know, so it's as I said, this has been what do you call it? This has been a week and a half of fucking swearing profusely at my computer, and I'm sure any of you guys, you know, Dan, I know you're big in developing. I'm sure you've had this pastime of swearing at your computer a few times. It's like, just do what I fucking ask, like, you know. So it's so once you get past this guy,
just an Irish thing.
I'm probably sure it's what do you call it? Listen, Irish is the foundation of all the 4 cornerstones of the world. So it's so there you go. And then you have to try and get past all these guys. So there you go, guys. That's the levels. That's the 3 games we've brought out so far with Stone. I have to share. We'll try and figure out now a way to share this, leaderboards and etc. etc. It's just for fun. It's all it is.
Did I hear you're working on one for Pizza Pets too?
No, actually, not yet. Not good, man. Not that I'm aware of yet. You know, I mean, yet again. But if somebody wants to, what do you call?
Maybe that was something else.
No, it's maybe something else, my good man. You know, if somebody's out there in the community and they want to, what do you call it, maybe just want a white label, absolutely, they can do that. There's not a problem. We can just change over the things. If they want to just be on the menu here, for example, I don't know, node rocks, for example, they just want to fire rocks at the spaceship as a node rock, or they want to fire just rocks at the aliens and whatever it is, blah, blah. Just for example, I know you're in the node rock community or whatever.
Well, imagine if there was a scenario where the node monkeys were taking umbrage with the Bored Apes from the Ethereum chain, and they were launching rocks at the Bored Apes.
Yeah, listen, there's many different things. Like, I mean, it's but yet again, as I said, if somebody looks at this here and if somebody looks at this here and goes, you know what, I that's, you know, this I would do. It's brilliant. You know, this encourages. If this encourages, they think somebody can do better, I would, like, you know, go for it and knock it out. You know, if you want the code for it, I'll give you the code for it. There's no big deal. I don't care. It's all open source anyway. Like, you know, so it's use AI, use Cursor. It's all there. Like, you know, so. But yet again,
and that's the point of this all again is that this was something you'd never developed a game before.
No,
you never did any coding before. This was all something that you learned how to do in the last, call it 6 weeks,
3 weeks,
right? So from introduction to building functional game with multiple versions and multiple different things, 3 weeks.
Yeah. It's 3 weeks, and that's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, you know, if somebody's better at prompting, they can do it quicker. You know, I'm not the best at prompting. You know, it's but yet again, I have to thank Michael for his time and patience, and and guidance as well through this year. It's been awesome. Like it's it's yeah. It's just it's my way of going to the gym for my brain. Like so it's and it gets people to come together. So this is it's a bit of giggles, a bit of a laugh, and so yeah, go and have fun and share it out and just do whatever, and if people wants to change it, brilliant, give me some ideas, throw them across, I'm all for it,
Yeah,
So
man. I think it's just keep working on it, Stu. There's so many cool. Oh, we got some spaghetti punks in there. I see
Yeah,
Reeds. I see GPSC. Actually, I have one. That might be one of the ones I have. The GPSC. I definitely have one with the rainbow there. The nap.
Okay.
monkeys.
So guys, I'm just going to I'm just going to pop into their space here 1 second here.
I haven't heard from Dan. Mike, I don't know if you noticed, Vibes is in the house as well. So we got Dan and Vibes here.
Thanks,
Amazing.
Stu. Appreciate you, dude.
Amazing.
Oh, and there's all the GPSCs.
Yeah, he added all those. I think within the last few days, I sent him a few over to add, and he jumped right on it and knocked that shit out. He's killing it, dude. It's cool to see Stu become a developer, like a little game developer, working on all this stuff, and he's relatively new. Like within 3 weeks, he's got all three separate game concepts and just crushing it, man. It's inspiring. It's wild what we can do with
3
AI.
months would have been amazing.
Yeah, I mean, just think about time in the game. So it's crazy.
Yeah, it's nuts. So, and just think about this.
He's got the
Think about
leaderboard
this
up.
functionality, this amount of productivity, reaching everybody.
Just getting the word out there, and I said something in the group chat for the Rue Raids group, to come kick it in the Syndicate more often, because they're often going over different tools, and just getting the word out there, letting people know that this is available for everybody. This is free. Everybody can use this AI to start prompting and start building with. It's important. And of course, having good mentors also makes the process a lot easier. So I definitely encourage anybody that hasn't attended the Syndicate spaces. Anytime you see attract funding in a space, go hop in there. I'm constantly learning. Every time I jump in there, we're talking about good topics and going over the different tools that are available. We have Aiden. He's 18 or 19, and has class, but he's coding on the side. So it's crazy to see what he's building too. He's building something that takes AI generated art and makes it true pixel art. So just the tools, just thinking about where this space will be in the next 3-4 years, it blows my mind.
So Vibes, you there?
Mike, you got quiet.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you. You can hear me?
Hey, Vibes, what's happening, man?
Yeah, I'm just, give me a second. I'm just in my robe right now. I'll come on camera though.
Good. I'm going to play you on. If you don't know what you're looking at, then you're already too late. This is what Vibes is going to talk about today.
All right, what are we looking at?
You can see my screen. One sec. Actually, I'm not sharing my screen right now.
Oh, hold on. I think you turned it off.
Yeah, one sec.
Yeah, there's nothing on.
One sec. Sharing the screen. Sharing the screen. We're singing the sharing the screen song. Sharing the screen.
We got to work on that song.
What?
I said we work on that. Melody's a little atonal.
All right. So, Vibes, I'm just going to show them a few things. I think you know where I'm going with this. If you don't know what you're looking at, you're already too late. This is what Vibes is going to tell you about and why this is the future right now. How many of you know what this character is?
Well, it's a
That's
capybara.
Chill Guy.
What is the significance of Chill Guy, Mr. Good Vibes?
Well, he's taken off in the meme coin space for those familiar. And I think there's something deeper going on, though, with this character. When the world's in such a serious state and everything's, going crazy, World War III, inflation, presidential elections, you name it, everyone's kind of in a disarray. But the Chill Guy has brought together, at least from what I've seen, everyone under 35 in a fun kind of way. It's just a chill guy, not meant to take things too serious, a little laid back, and I'm just here to have a good time. And his market cap reflects that. I think last time I checked, it was at like $500 million within 10 days. I don't know what he's at now. What does it say there, Mike? Oh, you passed $500 million now. Yeah, so he's getting very popular. I think I've heard rumors of a Binance listing. I've been holding since 200 million. I got in a little late, admittedly, on this opportunity, but nonetheless, it's still increased. I think there's even talks of an animation studio working with them now to turn them into some sort of IP. It started as a meme coin, but you could see the direction they're taking. These meme coins have cultural weight, and it goes from just a joke to a character that can be in a TV show, an animated film. Who knows where it goes, right? You might see Disney, Pixar kind of implementations with these characters down the next 3-4 years. And we're heavily invested in the meme coin space because we're close to Gen Z.
So yeah, I definitely think that there's some IP plays, intellectual property and character plays with meme tokens and all of that. I think we're getting kind of saturated already. There's so many launching right now. Is that a Solana? That's on a Solana?
Yeah, that's on Solana. Yeah, from what I can tell.
I love the. I've only just heard about it. I can't get into all of the meme tokens because there's just so many, and I'm also kind of in the stack space where we have our own kind of small avalanche of meme tokens coming. But this is definitely has shown to be taking off of late. So it's definitely an interesting project. Overall, though, I do see the meme tokens that have staying power for years are the ones that are going to embrace their community, engage with their community, and then also go into more IP-based products, either games like what Stu's developing, or shows or movies or whatever, merch, that kind of stuff. Definitely a lot of opportunities there for mainstream, content publishing houses like Disney, you mentioned, to kind of leverage the space, either by creating their own or getting into some of the ones that are existing that are doing well.
Sorry, this happened since November 19th, November 18th. Vibes brought up a good point. Have you ever seen a company become $500 million, however briefly, in this short of a time span?
Outside of crypto, no.
So Vibes, what's your idea here? When you're thinking about the Gen Z audience, why do you think they're paying attention to this? One thing that we don't often talk about is in Web 2, you have to be an accredited investor to invest in fancy things. In Web 3, you just need a phantom wallet, and there's no KYC. So there are no barriers to entry, which means this may be one of the most purely competitive markets that exist out there, maybe even more than Web 2 at this point. It's interesting. They are manipulated, but even the manipulators are competing with each other, and you can watch the bots have fun. Vibes, what do you think this is going to become? A lot of people are saying that these memes are here today, gone tomorrow, but I think you're seeing something deeper because Gen Z doesn't look at the world the way everyone else does.
I think most, to Peace Love's point, will disappear. Right now, there's a lot of people just hoping to launch one, pump and dump it, right? That's about 99.5% of the market. And yeah, they'll disappear. They'll just get pumped and dumped. They'll have no staying power. But the smart ones, like a chill guy, I've already seen strategic moves being made to develop IP and community. And once you get a little bit of a hit in the market, you pass that 50 million market cap, 100 million, you start looking at your community and seeing what you could do with it. So those are the smart operators. Me personally, I'm looking to work with a lot of these meme coin communities as an activist investor. I don't want to just put passive capital. I have a lot of ideas that I think are relevant to this younger generation, where they can develop IP, build a community further, and turn these. I think the next competitor to Disney will be built off of memes. I think Disney's never been challenged when it comes to IP, but this meme community, meme system, they just get a bad name because it's called a meme, right? But if we look at them differently, I consider them culture coins. And they start as a joke, but they get adopted into culture and people's belief systems. And this chill guy is just another version of a religion. It's just without the label that's divisive, right? Instead of calling it a religion, we call it a meme coin. And we see people rallying behind this chill guy. So there's something deeper going on here, and I'll pay attention to it.
The future is here, it's just not evenly distributed yet.
You know, when I think of IP on this guy, I think of familiarity and the actual artwork on whether or not it actually infringes on anything in the catalog of Nickelodeon. I look at that chill guy and I go, yeah, Nickelodeon, what show? Boom, art style connection. Thank you. Please cease and desist. Or no, I'm going to wait for you to get a little bit bigger and boom, there, I'll drop it on there. I don't know. That chill guy, that artwork seems like I don't know. But then again, there's a lot of things that kind of fall into that. But then again, those things aren't necessarily connected to a big string of zeros and a lot of cash. Where then the lawyers come out. Yes, someone has some cash. Oh, I'll go yours.
Yeah, well, you're gonna start seeing a lot of that in a lot of. So, I don't hold one, but the Pizza Ninjas group, which is an ordinals project, that they've just been building, and they have some IP that they're working on for the Pizza Ninjas. And I only bring them up because they have some. Like, I don't think that there's going to be a copyright infringement problem for them. Because it's very, very specific. And
you talking about trademarking the name, or they have there's a lot of different IP.
Well, they're talking like for merch. I don't even, to be honest with you, I'm not even sure what. I just know that their community talks about IP plays. So I think that there's something developing there.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Pant pizza, right? You can see it happening right before your eyes.
Well, you can't own. I could argue. I mean, you're going to get sued. Even if you don't have a case, you're going to get lawsuits, right? If there's enough money there, they're going to sue you. If you have enough money to fight the suit.
If you have a $500 million market cap, bring it on, I think is what the community is saying. Let's have fun.
Well, how much of your chill do you want to donate to the defense fund?
You know what? That's a big movement, right?
AI startups right now, that's what's crazy. If you have a generative AI startup, you need to get
AI startups don't care about copyright infringement. Look at Midjourney. They openly admitted that they trained Suno, Udio. If you have, don't quote laws to men who have either money or swords.
Well, isn't that kind of why the image generation sucks so bad? Is because they're trying to avoid copyright infringement?
Yeah.
Well, they didn't have to think about it the first 42 months because they were ahead consuming it all. I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of lawsuits going on.
Ooh, artist threatens legal action on Chill Guy meme tokens. Community responds. The creator of the art using the viral Just a Chill Guy meme threatened to take legal action against meme coins that use the image.
Oh, this is the guy that actually created. This is art that somebody created. It
Yeah,
looks
it was
like
dormant.
capybara. So the Sui token has an NFT called Sui Friends, and one of them is capybaras. And then there was another one I think that was called Appybaras, and this guy looks like that too. So I wonder if he's even related to that
So now
project.
you got to do some really crazy stuff where you try to get on the Wayback Machine somehow and backdate some art that looks like you made it in 1988.
Oh
You know,
man, we're still too
Oh,
far.
no.
We don't have time travel yet,
No.
or they haven't
Oh,
made it
no.
available to
Here-
us.
here's,
no.
here's the only problem.
Michael's got time travel. What do you mean?
Here's the only problem. Pronouns and bio. That's a non-starter, dude. I don't even want you to win anymore.
This is an
We'll get those
interesting
on
topic.
tap.
I feel like this may, because I create characters and as an artist, so like maybe this is something I should look into. It's like getting my trademarks and stuff like that, copyright.
Trip says it looks like the Family Guy dog meets Snoopy meets Kevin James with hands in pocket.
Well, DeOrganized media is trademark. It seems like that's all trademark, or it could be trademark, or it's teed up to look like a trademark when I swear to tell
I mean, look.
So
No,
I
no,
put my on
Uber-
chain.
Uber operated for a long time because they could afford the legal bills. Let's face it. You know what I mean?
So-
the law is only as malleable as your pocketbook these days in these markets.
So if I put my art on chain, is that something that I could use to say if somebody used my images and like my characters or something, is that something like you can go back and see the date that I created it, put it on chain, and use that as an argument in my case?
sets a nice precedent. It does set it sets a pattern of intent. You know what I mean? You're setting intent. You then get verifiable intent in progress, meaning someone saw your intent, followed up with your intent, and then did one of your intents, and then you replicated that, and then you set that up as a best practice because you give it value and meaning. You made it clear for other people. It's all like, you know what I mean? It's all got ducks in rows. Yeah, ducks in rows from a process where there was no process really given, and you actually did it yourself. All I'm saying is that looks really nice from a law perspective, and you don't know shit about law, right? That's
Yeah,
nice.
exactly.
Okay. But you didn't necessarily go through the patent copyright office, right? Which they would be like, well, yes, but sorry, I have to use a voice. He didn't do this, and this, and this, and this. I don't know him for shit, so fuck you. Right?
You've met this lady in real
You
life,
want to
huh?
go back and then kind of do that. And then you'll be like, but I've been doing this for like 20 years. Well, I don't know you for shit. I don't know. Maybe they think you probably deport your ass. But I'm born in America.
Hey, was that directed at me?
You know what? I'm
Wait
going
a
to
minute.
deport your ass.
I
Deport
was
you.
born here.
Deport this fucking cracker. Take the fucking wheat
I was
thing off
born
my
here.
yard.
We're talking about you.
Yeah, as I'm
So
ushered
whatever,
out the
you know what I'm
back.
saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry about that.
No. This is all perfect. I think it's
Anyways.
I think we are going to see all of the things we've discussed. Right? Like in this chill guy meme. Right?
Yeah, that show guy thing is like a trap in a little bit. It's kind of like, I'm going to put this cool thing out here. We're going to wire it with a bunch of sensors.
I mean, that sounds like art to me.
Stand 300 feet
That sounds
back.
like art.
What
Are
happens?
you saying art is a trap? Right? I'm just gonna,
art's like a
shit in
Trojan
my hand
horse.
and put it in the Louvre, and we'll call it art. And if we get a bunch of people at Sotheby's to agree, we can pump this shit in hand token.
Perhaps a bot trap.
Perhaps a bot trap. I like it. I like all of the madness. I think Vibes said something important, which is, if you're building utility, cool. We'll see you during the bear run. Chill Guy shows that we're not about utility right now. We're about something else, right? And I think that this whole product market fit paradigm is perhaps not the best paradigm to use. So Vibes, what are you seeing right now? What's the future? Like, because Gen Z is now an active participant in this market.
Yeah, it's their
How's that
shot
gonna
at
change
financial freedom. Well, it's their first real shot at financial freedom, so that's why they're so active. If we look at the pump fund streams, there's people threatening to hang themselves and do a bunch of other crazy stuff because they're so desperate, right? But they have a real shot right now. And pump fund actually got rid of the live stream because it was getting a little too crazy. And I think a little bit of the meme coin presence going on is a little toxic for crypto. I think when the retail investors see what's going on Pump Fund, they'll look at crypto as what's happening on Pump Fund, but there's bigger opportunities. I was just articulating because I'm kind of the bridge, right? I'm with the adults, I'm with the students. We're building for utility. We have a utility token coming. I'm just not talking about it right now because there's hysteria. And why would I talk sense when everyone's just, how do I get rich in 5 days? It makes no sense. So what we're doing is we're positioning,
you
right?
can't really get rich. Most people cannot get rich in 5 days.
Most people can't, but there are examples. And when you see wallets getting rich,
No one's rich until they sell. And
well,
as
people
soon
are
as
selling.
they start selling, a lot of those people are not getting rich.
I'll show you screenshots, my friend. There are people actually making real profits. I'm not saying it's 95% of them.
People will, yeah, but it's less than 0.5% are actually going to walk away up.
Of course, but guess what?
Compared
Those
to
people,
what alternative? Yeah.
but they're very loud. And when you see screenshots and you see Lamborghinis, you start believing in the dream.
You know
Well,
what's
compared
crazy?
to but I don't want a Lamborghini. I want something that's cool, like something that I can actually use. I don't give a fuck about how fast my car can go.
It's
I'm not
interesting
driving that
because
fast most of the time. I don't need the status symbol. I want stuff that works. Utility
you're
is
not
actually way
16
more
anymore.
important.
You're not
when you were
16. That's my
16,
point.
when you were
I
16, you
have
wanted
a lot
a
more
muscle
money
car.
than
You
the
wanted the
average
Lambo.
16-year-old does.
You
I'm the
wouldn't have
market.
returned the Lambo. You know, nobody's returning the Lambo.
I would sell that shit for and buy more
It's crazy that kids
more
do
not meme tokens. Is what I would do.
so early. So
I think
early.
it's I think we're disagreeing on this because we're part of different generations.
Oh
You
yeah,
know?
I'm old.
Right?
Old.
You know what I
I'm
mean?
old
Like,
I'm old and I have old kids. You know, older kids. My oldest kids are in their late 20s.
so
So-
imagine imagine you gave a portion of your inheritance to your kids, and they said, "Fuck, time to YOLO this into chill, dude." What would you tell them?
They won't. I can't even get them to buy Bitcoin, man. They think I can't even get them to
Okay, Vibes. He can't even get them to buy Bitcoin.
That's
Why?
not true.
It's
They have
no,
Bitcoin, but I can't get them to buy
But-
stacks. The only one of my kids that has stacks is my 12-year-old who earns them doing the dishes.
Let's
Therein
go.
lies the opportunity. They already feel like Solana's passed them by. They already feel that Ethereum has passed them by. They're not getting offers from McDonald's or Home Depot or any of those other places. And so I think in frenzy and desperation, these markets are going to remain irrational for a long time.
Well, markets are we are in a frenzy euphoria phase for sure. That's what the bull run is. So to your point, while I was saying I don't think people buying right now are necessarily exit liquidity, the people that were buying the last 2 weeks are kind of excellent liquidity to it for the correction. You know, I think we're at least hitting 89 probably. Not financial advice. And I got Landy's TA show coming on after this, where you guys can learn a little bit more about that kind of thing from someone that does know. But
Actually, are we 15 minutes over? I'm sorry.
yeah, that's okay. I already
apologize.
talked.
Oh,
Better for
sorry,
him
buddy.
if we
My
run
bad.
his show a little bit later. We don't have. We can take our time. We can take our
Oh,
time.
okay.
I'm not looking at.
I'm gonna stop talking, and I actually want to remove myself from the screen because I've been hosting this for a while, and sometimes like I unduly influence what happens. I've showed you guys a lot of stuff. I'm gonna stop talking, and you can make fun of me behind my back.
I prefer to make fun of him to his face.
Go ahead, guys.
I like Michael. I don't want to make fun of anybody behind.
Yeah,
their
just
back.
come back on screen, man.
No, I
What
like
is he?
this.
I don't know what this. I don't know what this exercise is for.
It's a good exercise. All right, guys, talk away. Vibes, you
What
see the
happened? Where'd
future.
Michael go?
I see it. So Vibes, what's next?
What is next in what regard? I think there's a lot of things that are coming next. But what do you want to discuss? I'm going to bounce in 5 minutes.
I want to talk about bot trap and maybe turning it into an AI token.
I don't even know what to do. So Phil, Dan, and Vibes in, and Stu, I guess too. We trying to make this as quick as possible. We minted a token on Stack City in the bonding curve last Monday, a week ago yesterday, trying to run a bot trap experiment. And the goal was to just mint. We actually, in the description, we put, "Do not buy this. This is a bot trap. We'll let you know when we CTO the token." Launch the token. Fast blocks were really fast. So the bots had already bought by the time we realized that within 30 seconds, the contract's deployed, which is really fast for stacks now. Bots had already bought. I started trying to dump. My transactions kept failing. I didn't realize. Then the bot sold. So I don't know if my trying to sell my supply actually was triggered the bot selling or exactly what. No one else was buying. And then we got interrupted. And I noticed the next day that I ended up with, instead of like 3% of the supply, I ended up with 47% of the supply from a glitch that was on Stack City, which has been fixed. But now I have 47% of this token that's still in bonding curve. And it was just an experiment. People have been buying it, so I need to figure out what I'm going to do with it. Probably burn the majority of my holdings, if not all of them. But with Michael's AI tools, we decided that we would just plan instead of making fun of you. But with Michael's AI tools, maybe we can incorporate the token into being an AI token on stacks. GPSC also has some IP in his own right in the Gigaverse that he's building out. The Gigaverse, Guardians of the Gigaverse, and the Mimo bots and all of that stuff. And I think bot token might actually work with that too. But we're basically just trying to get community feedback. Ultimately, we'll leave it up to the Stacks community to decide what we do with the token.
Have
So
you guys heard
with
AI16Z DAO? So this is a meme token that was launched on Solana that has an AI agent as something that you can act with on X. You know, this is something along the lines of what I was thinking. Their GitHub is, I believe it's public. So you can just go and fork their repository and make your own little tools and stuff with their AI. You can go and interact with their AI, talk to it on X. You know, so this is something that maybe we might be able to do for Bot Trap. You know, launch a page, an AI agent page on X, and start from there. You know, I think that may be a route that we could go. You know, just something to look into. I posted it in the comments up there if you guys wanted to check out or look into that at all. I think what they're doing is very interesting. I think that you'll see this replicated on different chains, different ecosystems. You know, and we don't have anything like this on Stacks right now. So
I heard of a interesting business model where instead of exchanging tokens to use AI, someone said, what if you could stake tokens?
Yeah, so I remember someone, who was it that suggested that?
Chance from Guangzhou, close to Shenzhen. Told me about that.
It's a very interesting idea.
Staking.
Hattie had a similar idea when we were talking about kind of like the decentralized network state idea, where you can opt in, opt out into a governance model by staking something, and then you just opt out, expatriate yourself out of proof of. No, I don't want to call it
in the game. Right?
Yeah, we don't want to call it proof of stake because that confuses things a little bit. But
but I like it.
and then the network has, that network state has those resources with which to earn yield and fund itself somehow.
I see all of those futures. I think the major thing that will be challenging, and it challenges me every day, is given the kaleidoscope of all options that all seem possible, how might I make a decision, which in Latin means to actually cut off alternatives? Right? When I'm building stuff with folks, it's the most difficult thing to do. Because you can look at any one idea and be like, you know what, if I spent like 72 hours on that, I might be able to have that. And then you're like, but what about this thing? Oh, damn, what about that thing? That makes the other thing we're working on not look as good. And,
that's actually the biggest problem in everything I'm trying to do.
Yeah.
Everything I'm trying to do is as soon as we get somewhere and then we're already late with what we just created that's new. It's nuts.
Yeah, I think that Stu is proving that when you build with the community, you have an excitement that you can't actually buy with any marketing. Like, I hear the way people talk about Stu's game, right? And how the artists talk about it. You can't buy that. You're not going to get that in like a Facebook ad. That's like a deep community relationship.
You're getting authentic excitement instead of manufactured excitement.
Man, I think it's visceral because coming off an election, we all know what manufactured consent feels like, don't we? Right?
What it doesn't feel like. What
it doesn't feel like. Yes. Mm-hmm. Sales-driven development. Thanks, Peace. Vibes. Dan, Stu, GPSC. I don't want to go over because I know Landy's waiting for us, and I want to stay tuned to what he's analyzing, especially around this kind of 100.
Landy might be jumping in to join us in a minute.
Oh, nice.
I don't know.
He's actually on another space at the moment here, guys. I'm listening to him here in another space.
Oh, all right. Well, he said he's just hanging out.
This guy's cheating on us with another space.
Well, so.
Oh, that's why his video is frozen.
I'm here, man. As I told you from the start, I'm on two spaces here at the same time. Like, it's.
I spent 20 minutes showing off your game, and then the moment we start talking about someone else, this guy fucks off and goes.
No, I'm here, man.
I see how it is.
Yeah, I'm here all alone, man. I'm here.
Fucking potato.
Potato. Hey, you guys talking about me? No? Okay, let me go back to the other space. That's basically what you just witnessed.
No.
But we love you all the same.
No, not at all.
I love you, Stu.
Thank you, man.
Hey,
I know
you really come, honestly, like, all joking aside, I haven't seen anyone do what you've done in 2 weeks. Like, literally, I told you about Cursor, you downloaded it, and I don't know, maybe 72 hours later, you had a game, and like Rocky and all of us are like, where the hell did this come from? And I see with the games you're building, you're essentially like, you're your own game studio right now. Get it? Studio? It was meant to be.
Yeah. But it's written in the name.
But it's what I have to say. It's as I mentioned earlier on in the space. Like, I mean, this is not about you saying, do this, do this, do this, do this. You're like, well, here's the tools. Off you go. And if you've got a problem, if you're really stuck, come back to me. If you're not, ask AI, because I'm going to have to ask AI for you anyway. And just learn how to prompt and do this stuff. I mean, now you've given me a different tool to go and work with now as well, which is awesome. How to do things automation on this. So it's this is something awesome as well. Like, so it's Michael is definitely a glossary of. What's the best way of putting this here? He's a glossary of all these different types. No tools where you can go and it's my goodness.
Yes, that's a better word.
Yeah. I'm blessed to to be definitely have Michael on speed dial whenever is necessary. Like, so it's but I think there should be more of this here within the community. There definitely should be more of this here. Like, I mean, it's using these tools. I didn't even know of this thing a couple of weeks ago. Giga, when did you start Cursor, Migid Man? about the same time as myself. Yeah. Did you know about Cursor before this?
GP?
He's on another
Can you
space.
hear him?
No, I don't know if he can hear me. But you know, as I said, I think you know, Giga and myself, we started around the same time. I don't know if Giga knew about Cursor before, you know, as well. Maybe did. I'm not sure.
My understanding is he did not.
Did not. You know, I mean,
To him.
and there's all these tools. Michael's going, try this, try this, try this, try this. I mean, CodePen's amazing. My goodness, go into ChatGPT, say, listen, design me a web page for this, and does this. You're like, my goodness. You know, within a few moments, well, yeah, as he said, you're now a developer per se, you know.
So CodePen helps you make the web page.
Absolutely. Go to ChatGPT and ask it to create, go to ChatGPT and say, listen, create me a web page using CSS,
Yeah, let me
HTML,
share
and
my screen
JavaScript.
here.
Yeah. It's, go to Claude. And it's quite funny, this is what Michael showed me the other day. He says, first of all, if you go to ChatGPT, first of all, and ask it a question, and now you take the exact same question and you go to Claude, and you get a completely different thing, a much more in-depth, you know, much more sleek version, you know. So it's which I would never have thought of using, you know. So it's here we go, bam, and when you see, I just think this is, you know, I keep on telling people, you know, young people I've been talking to on a regular basis, and I'm going, you know, guys, don't just be sitting scrolling, because you know what? After scrolling, you're just going to be literally dumber. That's the only thing, and that's probably a harsh thing to say to somebody, but you're literally going to be dumber after it. But if you use that same time to go and learn something, at least you could use that to say, well, you know what? I'm actually, and if you do that for like what does it say? If you do something for 100 days, you're almost an expert in certain things.
Right. Or at least you've built up the muscle memory and the general awareness for it to be routine.
Absolutely. And you know, that you can actually go and use that skill to maybe, you know, and you know, sell that skill to somebody and actually make a revenue from it. So it's scrolling. My goodness, there you go. Boom. How cool is that?
Very cool. Very, very cool. I mean, it's really we live in a very amazing time.
You know, I think as I said, I mean, 32 years ago, I learned, I went to university how to learn HTML, and they started off with CSS and all back then.
Is that Metatron's plane?
Exactly. It's awesome. Look at it, how cool that is. Do you realize how long it would take somebody to learn how to do that? How many hours they would,
right.
You know, I mean, what a nightmare. There you go. And guess what? It's Sites Live. Wow. How sexy. You know.
I think the biggest challenge for all of this stuff being applied universally and accessible as universally as possible is actually energy and access to energy and internet, you know, internet connectivity, broadband connection. Because the tools are here. The tools are here and they're accessible if you have power and internet. Absolutely. They're accessible for everybody. Absolutely. So part of it is actually making people aware of the tools. One part of it is making sure everyone has access to abundant energy and broadband connectivity.
Well, the thing is, like, I mean, once you have all these different things, you have your energy, you have your internet connection, you have your mobile device or laptop or whatever the case may be, is how do you want to use it then? Do you want to put it into good use? Do you want to actually be creative? Do you want to do something that's useful? You just want to be like the mass majority of people, just sit and scroll, and you're actually making other people money? Or do you want to be the person who's actually earning the money as well? Like, you know, and so that's amazing. Wow, that's chic as hell, you know. So yeah, as I said, it's being the ability to speak to Michael and Rocky and Paul and Vance. And I actually was saying to the other day to Michael, and I was saying, like, I mean, could you imagine I've got this problem with my website or whatever it is, and I had to book an appointment with either Michael or Paul or Rocky or Vance. Could you imagine how much that would cost? If you could get them. if you could get them.
You couldn't. You can't even get them. Like you can't even get them on the show.
You know what I mean? Imagine if you
Have
could get
time.
them. You know,
Right.
how much that would cost you in a professional environment. You'd be like, it'd be like, okay, sorry guys, we'll just sign the check. As Tyson would say, sign the contract, big boy, sign the contract. You know, but yeah, I think to be able to have this conglomerate of amazingly talented people who are very willing to share their professional experiences and skills with us, like, I mean, very openly, I think is actually awesome. You know, I think we're very blessed. Another guy as well, like, I mean, I just looking down through this here, like, I mean, Trip and Monkey, my goodness, you know, Trip's the most friendly person that you could actually come across with so many years experience. Like, I mean, I'm not saying Trip's very old, you know, or anything. That I'm sorry, I'm only joking. But you know, but he's got this wealth of knowledge, and he's always so willing to share it with, you know, and this with this very calm, collected demeanor. You know, I mean,
Trip is an ace, an absolute.
absolutely wonderful. You know, yet again, there's another Ian. Jack
Ian too.
Exactly.
Too.
These guys are ridiculous. You mean, you can imagine you go to.
The only problem I have with Ian is that he's sleeping when I'm awake most of the time, so I don't get to talk to him. I miss him.
Or maybe he's saying the same. He's saying maybe you're asleep whenever he's awake. You know.
Right. Well, the same diff. Right. Same diff.
Exactly.
Yeah, he's definitely. I mean,
Wonderful guy. Lovely.
Together is what a pair.
Absolutely wonderful people together. Like, I mean, there's a lot of respect for these guys as well. Like, you know, so it's, as I said, with all that there together, like, I mean, we're very blessed. But anyway, all that said, guys, whoever's listening on here, if you haven't tried, you've seen all these devs out here and they're doing wonderful things, and you're going, you know what, I would love to just do, you know what, try it, do it. Download Cursor. You have, for the first period of time, it's free. You know, it doesn't cost anything. It has the AI in there. You know, just go and have fun with it. Watch a video, YouTube video, you know, and just go have fun. Maybe you can, maybe your project, maybe you can actually brilliant idea that you can go to a project, or maybe you can start your own. So it's, you know, most big businesses, you know, Apple started in a garage. You know, look at Google. You know, look
that's
where it
right.
started.
That's
you know,
right.
You know, all these ideas could maybe just start at the kitchen table, and here we go from there. Like, you know, so
that's the key. If you have an idea, get started. Just start.
Exactly. Can you imagine my idea started in, what do you call that country? Canada.
And those rascally Canadians.
Yeah, you know, wannabe Americans. But you know, it's
Absolutely.
But no, as I said, yet again, it's all down to good mentorship as well. This is what really what's about. You know, it's having the right person in your team, who has your best interest at heart, as well. Like, I mean, because, you know, as I said, with Michael and the guys, like, I mean, what they bring forward all the time is, it's always for the good of. Never with their hand out going, give me, what are you going to give me back? Never. But Michael, he said to me, well, listen, I've done this for you, what are you going to give me back? Never once, you know, and that's a true sign of somebody genuine for me.
Yeah, I agree, man. So I don't think Landy's going to make it to the show. I think he got wrapped up in something else. We have been going for nearly an hour and a half. We've got some good stuff. Really just amazing things going on with the AI tools available. Michael, why don't you, did you have anything else for us today?
I think I enjoyed this show more than any other show because we dropped all of the fake broadcaster talk. This is the thing I told you about before. I was trying to see what Metatron's cube looks like when I'm staring down the barrel of it. You know what I'm saying? That's what I wanted. Like, what does it look like? Is this the center of all things?
Oh, I stopped sharing your screen. Are you still playing with?
Through all the platonic solids. I was trying to see, like, do they all converge on a point? Right?
Well, I guess it depends on how you tell the AI to build it.
Yeah.
That's
Stuff
the
is
biggest
bananas.
one. How to prompt is the. I mean, you know, I've tried what do you call, you know, swearing at my AI. I've tried asking her please. I've tried asking many different. I'm going, but the what I actually learned was from Michael. He's like, ask your prompt, then ask the AI to look at the prompt you've given it and make it a better prompt, and then use that prompt then, and that's actually, and that works, and that has actually
Sometimes I'll go into Grok and ask it to give me a prompt for GPT for something.
Yeah.
To have GPT, and then the same thing I might even do in GPT for Grok.
This is a great thing here, you know, in relation to the programming. You can actually, you know, implement that there, and it weeds out all the shit, you know. I still don't know how to say this word. It's like, you know, it sounds better if you have a mouthful of toast and you say, "Oh yeah, I know what he's talking about," you know. So.
Which word?
Colin McGruff.
Oh, I don't know that one.
Yeah, it's this here. Like, I mean, this is just awesome. Like, I mean, this is twisted. This is actually twisted. That's the only way I can call this room here.
Shalom. Catch you guys later.
All right, Dan.
Thank you for joining, Dan. Appreciate it. I think we're about ready to wrap
Yeah,
up.
we're good. We're just having fun.
Yeah,
Great
that's
show,
all
guys.
I do.
Very casual. Very different.
Hold on, we're gonna drop everybody out. You can take the show out.
Sure.
Well, thank you from me.
Thank you, Stu.
Yeah, thank you, Michael. Thank you for having us all and doing this today. Much appreciated, man. And
episode of the Syndicate AI Deep Dive. Of course, this show was sponsored by Together Alone. That's right, Together Alone. Have you ever wanted to hang out with other people but hated being around other people? Well, that's why we created Together Alone. So the next time someone asks you to hang out, say, sure, let's get together. But this time, let's get together separately. Together Alone. Let's get together alone. We'll see you next week.